So today we are going to revise the chapter The Beggar. Okay, so as I have given a little bit of introduction to the chapter, what the chapter Beggar is about, the chapter Beggar is about the act of kindness, the act of goodness, which will help to change a man's character. Here in this chapter, Lashkov, who was a beggar, he was making different kind of excuses at different times. To some people, he was telling that he is a village school teacher who has been expelled from his job. And at another time, he is also telling that he is a student who is expelled from the job. But actually, what was his reality? His reality was that he was a part of the Russian choir and he was singing in the choir, but because he was a drunkard, he was you can say swiped off from the choir also. And ultimately, it is just for his fulfillment of his desire of drinking that he was begging in the streets. And when Sergi, the advocate, he has caught him and he has found that he was telling a lie. Later on, he was given a job of respect. First of all, he was just given a job to chop some logs of wood. But Lashkov was not ready to chop that. He was not ready to chop that part of wood also, that logs of wood, that billets of wood. Why? Because he was thinking that this is a menial job. He was ashamed of that job. Later on, a change has been brought in his character, and he has changed from a beggar to a respectable, to a reputed man. And how this transformation took place. So, as we have read in the chapter, that Sergi thought that it was just his helping hand that he provided. It was only under his shelter of protection that he came that changed his life. But ultimately, was that the reality? No, that was not the reality. Who changed his life? It was Olga, the cook of Sergi, who shed her tears for Lashkov, who has chopped log of wood for him, and ultimately who has made him realize that he is not at all worth of living in this world. Because in this manner, if he will continue his life, he will never get peace. He will never get a place even in heaven. Not even in heaven he will get any place, and ultimately his life would completely be a ruin at all. So ultimately, these kind of remarks really, you can say, it pinched his spirit. He said that I don't know that these words of Olga made me to leave my habit of drinking. How this happened, he said, even I'm not able to explain. So ultimately, if sometime even the bad people, bad persons, they are given a chance to improve in their lives, they can also improve. So this we are going to revise in this chapter. Okay. So how the chapter start, how the story goes is that, so the beggar, he was begging for alms in the street. So he has called a man and told him to pay a little bit of attention towards him. The man, who was Sergi, okay, who was an advocate, a lawyer, he turned his face towards the beggar and he asked, why you are begging in the street? So in return to this, the beggar answered him that he is a village school teacher once, but he has met his fate. But because of the calumny or because of some false statements, but because of the intriguing plan made by his companions, he was expelled from the job. He was fired off from the job. Sergi, actually, why he had made this excuse? Just to gain the sympathy of Sergi. Later on, when Sergi looked at his shoes, he thought that one shoe is higher and the another one is lower in its heel. Then immediately something struck his mind. So at that moment, he immediately got reminded of the fact that he has seen this man. Where he has seen this man? He thought that I have seen this man the other day in Subodhya Street. Now again to this, the beggar, he had given another excuse that now he had to go to Kaluga. Why he had to go to Kaluga? Because there is a vacancy in in a school there, and for that, as he is obliged by his circumstances, as he did not have any money, not even a single penny in his hand, on his part, so that's why he is obliged by his circumstances, and that this is the reason why he is begging in the street. But that point, why one of his Yuki shoe was higher and another was lower, it was again and again pinching Sergi. He remembered that he has seen this man in Savodhya Street. And then this made Sergi remember, yes, on that day he told him that he was a college student who has been expelled from the college. Then to this, when Sergi this he narrated this, you can say reality to the beggar. The beggar was taken aback. He was surprised that he has been caught because he was telling a lie. Then the beggar, in order to protect himself, he told him the reality. He said, "Sir, please don't don't give this kind of disgusting expression. I want to tell you the reality that once I was a part of a Russian choir, but because I was a drunkard, I was also, you can say, expelled from the choir. And just because of my this habit of drinking, that if I would tell the reality, nobody would be able or nobody would give me any money. So this is the reason why I have to tell a lie and I have to beg in the streets in order to get money and this fulfill my this, you can say, bad habit. Even the cheeks of the beggar, they are flushed with red color. Moreover his eyes were swollen. This also depicts that he was he was a drunkard. And above all, Sergi, who thought that he would call the police because he told the beggar to rise above from this swindling act of his and he should call the police. And he gave a disgusting, you can say, expression and ultimately told him that he would call a police. To this, the beggar, he has told the reality of his life. So Sergi thought that anything or if a kind act should be done or anything good can be done to this man can come out of this poor condition, because he knew that a good act can transform one's personality. Once you can say evil, or once evil can be removed by good acts. So Sergi thought that he should take this beggar, and he offered the beggar to come to his house. There he would provide him some work and he can earn some money. Now to this, because the beggar, he was trapped in his own words. He had no choice in front of him. What happened? He went along with Sergi to his house. Reaching the house, Sergi, he called his cook Olga. Olga, who was a middle-aged woman, fat and plumpy, she came outside the kitchen and went to Sergi. So Sergi, the lawyer, he instructed Olga to take this beggar who was wearing tattered, ragged clothes. His overcoat was ragged one, and he was told to be taken to the yard, to the open backyard where there is a shed. So passing over the muddy snow, they went into the shed. Olga, while looking at her, she gave such kind of expression of disapproval. She thought that this man is of no use. He was too weak. His body is too weak that could not keep him, that he was not able to keep his strength so that he could chop this wood. And ultimately, Olga, she smashed the door, or she banged the door behind, and ultimately she brought some logs of wood outside and told that man whose name was Lashkov to chop this wood. But Lashkov, who was not ready to chop this wood. Why he was not ready? Because he thought that this was a menial job, that he was ashamed of this, you can say, lower level of work. He thought that this work is not meant for him. He took a log of wood, a billet of wood between his feet, and ultimately he gave a light push with an axe onto the billet of wood. Ultimately, what happened? The billet of wood, it has fallen onto the ground because he was not ready to do any kind of work. In order to cut the wood, he has given another try, but it was again in vain because he was not putting his strength in order to chop the wood. He was actually, by his heart, he was not ready to do this kind of work. So what happened? Olga, she rebuked him. She scolded. She passed some, you can say, insulting remarks to him and ultimately chopped the wood for him. This we come to know at the end of the chapter. But as we have read, so I'm telling you here that Olga was chopping the wood for the beggar and took him to Sergi and told that the entire wood has been chopped, the work has been done. So Sergi ordered Olga to give him half a ruble. So taking this half a ruble, the beggar went. So Sergi offered him that if he would come again and again, if he would come once a month to their house, they can provide him some work like this and he can earn some money. So to this, the beggar agreed. Every month he was coming to their house, and ultimately at some of the points he was also given you can say handed over pair of pants over, means which Sergi was wearing, and ultimately because he is not using it, he was giving it to the beggar. So now, next afterwards, Sergi, he was, you can say, he was shifting his house. So he needed some man to transport the furniture from one place to another. For that, he hired Lushkov. So this time there was a change in the behavior of Lushkov. He was just moving behind the wagons who was transporting the furniture with his shoulders dropping and his head down. This time he was also not pretending that he is doing some work. He never wanted to pretend that he is busy. He was just moving with, you can say, with a sad look, with a gloomy look on his face. All the other persons who were hired, they were making fun of him. Why they were making fun of him? They were making fun of his, you can say, ragged cloth, ragged coat that he was, ragged but stylish coat that he was wearing, and pair of pants that he was wearing. Ultimately, he was not giving any response to these people too. Later on, Sergi, who observed this change in his behavior, he thought that this man is not happy with his work. He called the man, asked the beggar that what is his name. And this is at this point that for the first time, Sergi, he has asked the man, that is the beggar, his name, and he told that his name is Lashkov. Later, Sergi asked him whether he would be able to read and write, and to this he answered in an affirmative. He told that he could read and write. And then Sergi, he has given him a letter of recommendation so that he can go to his friend and do the work of a notary, some copying work. He went, took the letter of, you can say, recommendation to his friend and told him and instructed him that he should not drink and should work sincerely in order to get the money. So the time passed on. After 2 years, while one day Sergi, he was purchasing a ticket at the theater window, he noticed a man similar to that of Lashkov. He looked at the man. He was surprised to see that it was none other than Lashkov. Lashkov, who was wearing a furry coat around his neck and was wearing sealskin cap. Where were his tattered clothes? Sergi was surprised to see a change in his nature. That how he has changed. There is a great change. He has now turned out to be a civilized man, a good and you can say good reputed man too, and who was earlier just earning half a ruble, 1 ruble a month. Now he is so, you can say, nicely and in a civilized way he is dressed up. So looking at him, looking at Lashkov, Sergi was surprised. He asked, "Is that Lashkov?" And Lashkov told, "Yes, he is exactly. He is Lashkov." And he thought, and he first of all he thanked. He felt a sense of gratitude, and he expressed his gratitude for Sergi also, because he thought that he was thankful to Sergi because it was under his shelter of protection that he moved, that changed his life. Even Sergi was feeling, she was also filled with a little sense of pride that he has done a great job. He has transformed a man from a beggar to a good man. How this transformation took place. Even Sergi, he expressed his willingness that he is feeling great, that he has shunned his old ways and he has changed into a great and you can say and a learned man now. How is this possible? To this, Lashkov, the beggar, who was once a beggar but now no longer he is a beggar, he explained to him. He said that, of course, sir, I'm thankful to you. I'm obliged to you. I have a sense of gratitude towards you because you have changed my life. You have given me a letter of recommendation which I took to your friend and I started the work of a notary. Now I'm earning 35 rubles a month. That is a good amount for him. But he said, sir, it was not you who has changed my life. Somebody else. Who was that? He said that it was Olga who has changed my life. He said that on that day when he came to their house for chopping the wood for the first time, she was the lady who shed her tears, who had really, you can say, who had great pity for me. She had tears in her eyes for me. She had a great sense of pain. You can say great pain in her heart for me. She rebuked me also. She scolded me. She wept tears for me. She even told me that even a lethargic person like me, he would never be able to get a chance to to get a chance to get something good in his future to come. My future is completely black according to him. And he said, sir, whenever I was trying to drink, this thought of Olga, it comes to my mind, and I don't know why I'm not able to drink. This thought of Olga, it has changed my mind. He said, there is a change took place. There is a change that took place in my heart. Change took in my heart, and I have changed my ways also. It was just because of Olga, and to this, the theater bell rings for the start of the show, and Lushkov announced, "Sir, it is time for me to go." So that's all with the chapter. So in this chapter, again, the theme of the chapter is that kind act or good act shown even to a bad man can bring a change in his character. This change has been brought in Lushkov. Why? How this change has been brought in Lushkov? Because he is earlier a beggar who was making different kind of excuses on the streets. But now, what he is doing? He is earning 35 rubles a month. Great job by him. Okay. So ultimately, the crux of the thing, the gist of the chapter is that kindness can bring a change in man's character. Okay. So if I ask about some of the important questions, yes. So first of all, the first question is, what are the different excuses made by the beggar? What are the two different kind of excuses made by the beggar? Yes, what are the two different kind of excuses made by the beggar? The beggar who was begging in the street for alms, he was making different excuses to different people. At one time, he has made an excuse that he was a once a village school teacher who has fallen a prey to calumny, means false statements by his companions to their intriguing plan, and he was expelled from, or he was fired from his job. And later on, he also made an excuse that now he had a vacancy in Kaluga where he has to appear in an interview. But as because he has no money, he is obliged by his circumstances to beg in the street. And to some other people, he was also making an excuse that he was a college student who has been expelled from the college, and he hadn't have any money in order to continue his study or his education. Now, if I will ask you, describe the physical appearance of the beggar. Physical appearance of beggar. He was fat, drunken, his cheeks flushed with red color, but his eyes were swollen, displaying a drunkard look on his face, and he was wearing tattered clothes and was standing in the city square to beg for alms. He was begging some money. Okay. Next question. Why could he barely stand up on his legs? Why he was not able to stand up on his legs? He was not able to stand up on his leg because his body has been consumed, or the strength of his body, it has completely been consumed by his drinking habit. As he was a drunkard, he has just turned out to be, so you can say, thin, that he's just similar, the clothes over his body just seem like the clothes to be hung on a hanger, and ultimately he was so thin that he was not keeping his, you can say, keeping his body, you can say, in strength, and he was not able to stand properly. This is the reason. What work was found for the beggar every time? What work was found for the beggar every time? Every time whenever the beggar was coming to the house of Sergi, he was given a work of chopping the wood. Some billets of wood, they were provided to him in the yard or in the backyard of the house, where Olga the cook, she was providing him those logs of wood and with an axe to cut these logs of wood. Who was the waif? Waif means another, you can say, word used for beggar. Who was waif? Waif was a beggar, but his actual name was Lushkov. And where did he made his appearance in the chapter? Where did he made his appearance in the chapter? He has made his appearance in the chapter in the city square, where he was sitting and begging for some money from people by making different kind of excuses. Why did Sergei tap Lushkov's shoulder and shook hands with him? Why Sergei he tapped Lushkov's shoulder? in the end, when on one day or when Sergey he has hired Lashkov to transform furniture while he was shifting his house. During that time, the beggar he was in a gloomy mood. He was in a sad mood. He was just moving behind the wagons. He was not at all making any pretension, or he was not at all pretending to be busy. And during that time, Lashkov noticed a change in his behavior. To that, Lashkov asked him if he would be able to read and write, and he has given him a letter of recommendation to be taken to his friend so that he could get a job of notary there. To this, he tapped at the back of the shoulder, and he tapped the you can say shoulder of Lashkov in order to give him strength and assurance that there would be some better life ahead of him. Okay, and shook hands with him at that time also. What letter did Lashkov get from Sergey and why? What letter he get from Sergey? He got a letter of recommendation to be taken to his friend who has given him some job of copying, and he started, because of this letter of recommendation, he started earning 35 rubles a month. Why did Lashkov return to the yard after that day? After that day means first day he came for chopping the wood, but again he was coming. He was not able to chop the wood. Still he was coming. Why he was coming? He thought that if he would not go there, and if Sergey would found him again in the streets of the city, he would definitely call the police. As he was trapped, or he was engulfed in his own words, he had no choice except to follow his orders. Although he did not like the job to chop the wood, as he thought that it would be a menial job for him, still he was coming to the yard, and moreover, he is also getting half a ruble for doing that work. He was not ready to do any work, and who was doing that work for him? Olga was doing the work for him. And for that, he was just coming there. The beggar was a liar, and what lies he has made? Of course, the beggar was a liar. He was making the lie. He was telling the lies that he is a, you can say he is a school teacher who has been expelled, who has fallen a prey to calumny, to false statements, and he was fired from his job. Later on, he was also making an excuse that he is a college student who has been expelled and he has no money to continue his education. Above all, he has also made an excuse to Sergey that he has got a vacancy vacant in, or he has got a vacancy in Kaluga, and as he did not have any money, he is obliged by his circumstances to go to Kaluga. That's why he is begging the money. What kind of work was given to Lashkov initially, and why did he agree to do it? What kind of work was given to Sergey earlier? Chopping of wood, of course. The work of chopping of wood was given to him, and why he got himself ready to do it? Because he thought that if he would not follow the orders of Sergey, he would be handed over to the police for telling a lie, for his swindling act. He was cheating the people by telling the lies. Where did Sergey send Lashkov, and what advice did he give him? Where did Sergey send Lashkov? He has sent Lashkov to his friend, okay, who would give him the job of some copying, as he know how to read and write. And what advice did he give? He has given him the advice that if he would work sincerely without, you can say, drinking, he would definitely earn good money over there. Where did Sergey see Lashkov after 2 years, and what work was he doing then? Where did Sergey see him after 2 years? After 2 years, Sergey saw him at the ticket window of a theater where he has come to purchase a ticket for the show. There he has seen a man standing beside him, similar in look to that of Lashkov, who was wearing a sealskin cap and a furry coat around his neck. And this made him to be surprised to this man, Lashkov, who has changed from a beggar to quite a reputable man, to a reputed man and a civilized man. And what work he was doing? He was working with his friend for whom Sergi has given him the letter of recommendation, and there he was doing some copying work. He is doing the job of notary. Was Lashkov not good at chopping wood? No, of course not. He was not good at chopping wood. Because when Olga told him to chop a log of wood, a billet of wood, what he has done, he has took a thin piece of leg, not heavier one, between his feet, and in a tender way, without applying any strength, he has, you can say, he had put an axe over the billet of wood, over the log of wood, which has fallen onto the ground. Again, next, after rubbing his hands because of cold weather, he again took, you can say, billet of wood and again tried to hit it with an axe. But that log of wood was not cut, and ultimately this proves that he was not at all good at chopping the wood. How did Sergi remember that he had met this beggar somewhere else? How did Sergi remember? Sergi remembered that he has met this man somewhere else because when he looked at his shoes, one was higher and one was lower. This made him remember this fact that another day he has met the same man in Subodhya Street, where he was making an excuse that he is a college student who has been expelled from the college. How did Sergi react when the beggar lied about his condition? How did Sergi react? Sergi, he gave a disgusting expression. He felt, he shrugged his shoulders in disgust and told him that he should call the sergeants to tackle the matter for his swindling act. Because he was swindling around, he was cheating the people and telling different kind of lies. But actually he was not, because he was a liar. Okay. Next, how does, okay, so these questions we have almost done. Okay, so all the, I think, important questions I have discussed with you related to the question. So naturally, again the same question. Yes, was this way for the beggar, was the or this, or was Lashkov a beggar by chance or by circumstance? It was by chance or his will or by circumstance. Of course, it is by his will, because he was not ready to do any kind of work. Even when the work of chopping of wood was provided to him, he was not at all ready to that work, to do that work. Why he was not ready to that work? He thought that it is a menial job that is below his, you can say, dignity to chop wood for someone else. Although he was not able to keep his body and strength together because of his, you can say, continuous habit of drinking, but still he was not ready to do that work. So if he was provided a chance, he was given a chance to improve his condition, he was not ready to do it. Still he wanted to be a drunkard, still he wanted to beg in the streets only. So he was of course a beggar by his choice, not by his circumstance. Okay, when circumstances were favorable, he was given a, you can say, given an opportunity to earn some money, but he was not at all ready to earn that money. So he is beggar, of course, by choice. And who has brought the, ultimately who is responsible for bringing change? It was only the cook Olga, okay, who has brought. She shed tears for her. She has passed some scolding and rebuking remarks to her. She told him that such kind of lethargic as well as lazy person would not be able to get any place even in the house of God. In heaven also, he will always suffer in his future life. There is a complete black future in front of him. He would, nothing good would ever happen to him. So these words, these insulting remarks, they ever, you can say, it echoed, it reverberated in his mind. And whenever he is sitting in front of a bottle to drink, but ultimately he said how these words has changed his mind. He said, I'm not able to explain. But it is only these words of Olga that changed his mind finally. Okay. And almost all the important questions are being done. So you can ask me if you have any problem now. Yes, if you have any problem, you can ask me. Any student, any doubt?